Okay, wonderful. You floundering faggots. Don't question what that means either. I have no idea what and how a faggot would flounder. Also, I do have the right to say that word, as one of my best friends is gay, and he's one of the good ones. So I've gotten an official stamp of approval sealed onto my ass, thankfully from him. Iron sealed. Actually, no. Can it be iron sealed? I'm not too sure. It was pretty funny. By funny, I mean very disheartening and depressing. Yesterday, I was telling my friends about my YouTube channel, and everybody started shitting on me again. They're like, "Why? Why are you doing long form? Why aren't you doing short edited videos?" Right? One of my friends is like, "Your retention is actually really good considering your videos are an hour long." They can't seem to understand the concept of me wanting to make this channel for myself. They like it boggles their mind. Like they genuinely they said like, we don't understand. We get it, you're doing your thing. We don't understand that you're doing it without wanting something in return for it. What I'm getting in return is just fucking improving my skills and showing people. That's a huge benefit for me, and I get to. Oh, and I haven't been teaching as in thinking out loud and stating what I'm trying to do as often as I wanted to do, as I've been wanting to do. Right, as you can see, I only have so much fucking capacity in my brain when it comes to holding information and transferring and processing and applying that information. But yeah, they're really shitting on me. If you see the past four videos, one of my friends just like put a lot of hate comments, and I appreciate it because he's giving me more interaction. But he was dying. He was also fucking extremely tired because he's fucking downing a bunch of caffeine. Yeah, so I'll excuse his rudeness and his ill-equipped behavior, but yeah, I didn't draw yesterday because I was with friends and shit the entire day. The day before I drew, but I didn't record it because I just wanted to do some general practicing for myself, right? It wasn't anything specifically directed like this. I practiced some forms, I practiced some lines, right? I went back to the drill forms and I was trying to figure that out, right? At the end of the day, I just wanted, as long as my practice, whether it's recorded or not, which but 90% of the time it will be, it's to use my head, right? So, oh, and somebody else in the artwod Discord channel for workouts also replied with their attempt, and this person's far more skilled than I am, and they responded with their attempt for the scooter specifically, like both of the references that are provided in the workout, like the first step, and they showed how they broke it down. So as they say, the greatest art is steal. And by they, I think Steve Jobs said that, I believe. So I'm just gonna steal how he broke down the shapes, and then I'm gonna obviously reformat it to the couple shapes that I want to, I guess, have it more pronounced as. But even though I really did like the shape I came up with before regarding the dashboard, this person had this, like, I don't know if I should say their username. Let's see. Fuck. I don't know. This probably is a dox, but whatever. It starts with an S. Mr. S. Yeah, they broke it down and they provided it, and they did it much more accurate to the reference, which right now I think the goal should be to creating and replicating accurate forms broken down, right? So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, regarding the YouTube channel, nobody has faith. Nobody has fucking faith. They can't think that long term either. I told them 5-10 years from now, and they're like, why not now? And I was like, well, it's not the point. Again, the point is, I'm like, they also can't seem to understand that I want it to be long. I want it to be uncensored. Like, just I kept trying to tell them, and it ended up becoming memes, jokes, and just a refusal. They called me stubborn, but to you motherfuckers, I call you stubborn for not trying to understand the point of this channel. Okay. And one of my friends really kept giving me shit. He's like, "Oh, he wants it to be a realistic expectation on how to draw." I was like, "Yeah, bro. I don't. There's fucking." Because my friend was trying to give an example, be like, "Oh, there's another art channel on TikTok, whatever. He just shows his progress. Like, today I want to draw this," and he was like, "Oh, I don't really care about art, but I was interested in that. That's cool." Okay, this channel is for people. Honestly, if there is a niche target audience for this channel, right, apart from someone who actually enjoys listening to me, or even partially, probably gonna mute me. I wouldn't doubt if a lot of you muted me. Yeah, I'll get to the fucking drawing here. There you go. This is entertaining, right? There, you fucking pieces of shits. But the point of this channel, like the target audience, is people who, in the long term, I want to inspire, I guess, right? But part of it is to inspire, to be like, look, this is how much work it took for this individual to become really good at art, right? But look at the fact that they only drew for an hour a day for 5 days a week, roughly, right? On average, they were just really focused in what they practiced, right? That I want that to be the sort of message given across, as well as the heights in which one can receive. I'm very average, maybe even below average, right? When it comes to my art progress, or just the skill, the base affinity, whatever I have. But it's sort of just through sheer intentional focus and practice, I've gotten pretty decent. I mean, my forms are now finally getting better. I have realized I've neglected actually manipulating forms and practicing that. It's been 2 years. Like I should have done that during the first after I discovered artwod within half a year, but I was so focused on only really getting down the perspective grid of in boxes and cylinders. But I don't. Again, it's a learning experience, and I don't think that time was a waste. But I think definitely, uh, in conjunction with drawing those boxes and cylinders, I really should have also started manipulating more. Right? Not I wasn't doing as much. I was trying to be very step by step. Now, obviously, as you can see in my practice, I'm basically doing everything all at once. Right, and I'm just practicing it as much as I want. But these are things you learn as you go. But yeah, nobody has faith in this channel. I told my one friend who was just patient and listening. He's the kindest and most understanding of them all. Mr. B, if you're listening, I love you, man. Thank you for listening. Although I do think I was so tired of everybody else giving me shit. The other two that I was just I told him my plan more authoritatively, which I do apologize for, Mr. B, Mr. Big Booty Bunda Butthole Boyo, but. um, but yeah, I mean, he seemed to find it like a good plan. At the end of the day, he was just like, just do what you're doing, bro. I think it's gonna work. All right. My girlfriend is the only one who unwaveringly believes in me. But apart from that, it's been 6.5 minutes. Let's get to drawing. Let's again just. Well, these guys all started with the horizon line. This individual mentioned too is like keeping. Yeah, generally drawing a ground plane and a bounding box along with establishing the horizon line really helps maintain accurate proportions and perspective. I agree, but again, I'm going to try to visualize all of that, make it more difficult for myself, right? So, going by the original reference, these are basically the shapes that Monsieur S, and I'm not going to fucking let his thing fuck me up either, so he did very simple. What the hell's going on here? Oh god, is this the pen that's dying? So, box like that. So what? So I'm trying to figure out. So it's more like this. Is it not? So, and I will. If I need to draw over, I will draw over. Yeah. Okay. So I see it's angled. It really helps to see how other people break down the shapes. That's important too. Because at the end of the day, this is the shape. Like I'm gonna base it off of these shapes. Obviously, what else did this fucker do? He just drew a box down there. Yeah, just fucking copy it 1-to-1. To be honest, and then distill what I can do. Obviously, I'm not just trying to copy. I'm trying to learn as well. Shape here, and let's just say he put a box. I'm gonna put I guess I'll put a box as well. But the thing is, it's attached here. Well, why don't I just put a cylinder? I guess. Because at the end of the day, this is what's coming out. So this individual, how is it positioned? So it's kind of like this here. And then this is again, it's all kind of more angled. Right, this is angled this way. I guess I can angle this like this. Just trying to learn at the end of the day, right? And finally, this one is going like so. That's the whole point, to just slowly create these shapes, break them down. It's not about being perfect. If it was about being perfect, I would never fucking get it properly. Yeah, see? There you go. Okay, so that's what there. Okay, I see what they did now. And then they just again I really need to keep the perspective in mind. Obviously, this is the fucking perspective. So yeah, this is. Yeah, it's jutting out. One mistake I made is I didn't showcase the jutting out. Thank you, Mr. S. You have really drawing it really helps break the shapes out 100%. That we can just move this like so. Thank you so much, Monsieur S. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, if nobody believes in me, I just gotta believe in myself, right? That's the whole point. Is that their belief is simply a byproduct of not being able to see the big picture, and my belief, it's my life at the end of the day. So obviously, I'm gonna believe in myself. If I don't believe in myself, who the fuck will? And then this comes down like so. And I guess he just kind of. Okay, I guess he just kind of beveled it. So. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's from I don't know if anybody, I highly doubt anybody has seen the movie Shivaji. It's a Tamil movie, but it's very good. Is this page in frame? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna try to center it more, but at the same time, I don't know. I think it's okay if it's on the side. Again, nobody's watching these. When I'm really good, you all will be. I think that's what my friends fail to understand. They're thinking now, like, how are you gonna take advantage of this now? But I'm not trying to take advantage of this now. It's one thing I've learned is if you are skilled, people will come. But again, to capitalize on the skill, you obviously need. What do you need? Okay, so this is. Yes, to capitalize on the skill, you need. Oh, this is a bit too in. Should have been more like that. Whatever, that's something I can account for. You need patience, is what I would say for this. But to capitalize on the skill that I'm trying to talk about. There you go. And then. Yes, but to capitalize. Okay, let me take a breath. Fucking, I can't finish my sentence. To capital. What the fuck was I saying? People want to watch people skilled. I got distracted by my own drawing, which is good. But to capitalize on the skill, what you really need is patience, right? If we want to watch someone skilled, my channel is watch me become skilled, watch me become great. But the point is, it's not just about. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. To capitalize on the skill, you need to be able to actually present the skill in a nice package, which is why I have my thumbnail. That's why I have my thumbnail format, the title format, right? Did my best with a nice, decent setup. It is all for the future. Right now, none of you will give a shit about my struggle. Absolutely 0% of you are gonna have it, obviously due to analytics and just trends. Nobody will really have gotten to this point apart from my girlfriend, right? And thank you for that, baby. I appreciate you. Now get back in the kitchen. But all of these videos will not have anything going for them apart from the fact that I'm somebody getting slightly better. And I will do those monthly, I guess, wrap up, right? Progress wrap up or whatever. So I think that should be good. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, it does sting just a little bit where I'm like, oh, everybody's memeing on this, nobody believes in me. But at the same time, I'm just having fun drawing in it. Again, they are not artists, so I don't think they would understand the intrinsic value and joy you can get just from creating pen to paper. Right? For them, it's all business, and what can I do about it now, and how can I make money from this now? Even my friend, Mr. B, he was like, yeah, like, I'm really happy for you, bro, but maybe in the future you can take advantage of it. I'm not saying I won't. Obviously, my fucking tagline is please give me money, bro. I'm gonna take advantage of it as much as I can. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave this as is for the time being. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I genuinely want to share quality art with the world, right? Whether I've hit that quality art yet, we will see. But I do want to share it, right? Okay, this and this angle are the same, so, and I'll work towards that. I think I got it decent. I'll obviously work towards that. Yeah, that's the theme from Shivaji. Such a good movie. Is it underrated? I highly doubt it's underrated. Fucking Rajnikant is huge. There you go. That's what that is. So does this cover the entire thing? Like so. Oh, that's converging that way a little bit. Sure, let's. What the fuck? So this is all going good, and this one really converges. So there you go. Okay, but I'm gonna add one more thing because Mr. S really simplified it. Let me try not simplifying it to that extent. I mean, actually, no, this is fine actually. Mr. S, you've done a good job. And then there's just like a little floating thing here, I guess. So if this is the ground plane, so that. Oh, this perspective is off. There you go. Just keep. I'm always thinking now. I'm really trying to keep the perspective in mind. Honestly, Shivaji is a really good movie, and it makes you kind of sad because it's basically about how India has a lot of potential. I could do a lot better, but it doesn't. It just doesn't. Corruption, the black money, which actually, funny enough, has been addressed, I believe. But you know, I'm not. I wasn't. I was born there, but I don't. It's not where I lived, right? I didn't live there. I lived in the good old Canucks. But still feel something. At the end of the day, you do want. Personally, I would want the country that I'm from, and obviously, you watch a lot of Indian movies. They're so fucking patriotic. Rubbed off on you. Yeah, that's off. But yeah, Shivaji, like it's a nice feel good in the sense that you see the possibilities of it actually becoming a developed nation, and that feels really nice, right? Because there's still a lot of inequality, poverty. Yeah, and it's hard to understand Indian culture too. I'm South Indian, so specifically Tamil culture, right? So you watch. I've seen people's reactions. I've watched people's reactions to some Tamil films, and it really the language is so important because the fucking subtitles for these movies are so bad. They're not so bad, but they don't get across obviously the level of articulation that the language itself is producing, right? I understand it to that level of articulation, but if somebody's saying, okay, for example, if somebody in the movie is saying this causes civil unrest amongst the populace, right? And they're saying it to that level of articulation within the language itself, but the subtitles will say this makes the crowd uncomfortable or something like that, right? If you take away the sophistication from the vocabulary, I personally feel as if it takes away from the maturity of the dialogue, right? So that's something I wish they fixed, but it is what it is. Okay, I think I got this relatively down. The biggest thing is, oh well, he made that much more pointed than I did. That is much more pointed. I guess I should have made it more pointed as well. Yeah, well, that'll be for next time. Now he didn't add I'm assuming this is a he because, of course, I'm a sexist, but could be a woman. Fine. Shill didn't add the sort of connection in the back for the rods, like for the wheels. And if we look at the actual reference, it's a pretty fucky connection. So what can I turn that into? It's just a box and a cylinder. No, just a box, to be honest. Ooh, that was pretty good. That's a good burp. But that is... Oh, it's connected through here. So maybe this line shouldn't have come out as much as it did, but I guess if we just do this and then do that, I guess. I guess it was more in the middle. Maybe this was inaccurate. I guess it doesn't really make any sense, does it? Like that, I guess. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I guess that's fine. And then we can just have the wheel. Well, he didn't add that either, but I will. Okay, and then this is where the wheel is. Oh god, that curve and dripping shit. But it's okay. This is how you practice. And this is how you learn. Right? Something like that. And I guess that's like the back. Whatever, something like that. That's pretty okay, in my opinion. Those shapes are really broken down. So I think now that this is actually a much more accurate breakdown of the bike, what we can do next, let me just drink some water. That was pretty good. Now I can go and start now I can go and start breaking it down, but within sections. So I could do this, I could do this, then I could do this. So let's actually label that, right? And this is going to be really good because Kim Jong-il actually said this one thing where he said, if you can draw a bike, you can draw a car. If you can draw a car, you can draw a bicycle, and vice versa. I guess if you can draw one type of machinery, it's very simple to translate over to other, right? Obviously, in his extremely high level of skill, those words can sound almost daunting and confusing. How is that possible? But the thing with what I've realized about these artists is the fact that they say things, but the nuance and the words, the meaning behind those words can be misinterpreted, right? But if you understand that, like these two are completely different, but if you understand that really they're most of the time talking about the fundamentals and the 3D perspective and the realistic aspect of it, in the context of what Master Kim Jong-il was saying is essentially saying if you understand the general shape language for a mechanical bike, you can translate that over relatively easily over to another like a car, right? And he doesn't mean you can just draw a bike and now you can draw a car. What he means is if you understood the shapes and you've already internalized the shapes. This is my understanding, but I think this is relatively accurate. If you can understand the shapes of one mechanical object, right? Because they all have relatively similar shape design, right? Car still has a steering wheel, it still has certain parts, there's still certain design elements that look pretty similar, manipulated or otherwise. You can transfer, when you study cars, that transfer of knowledge and applicability will be a lot easier, is I believe what he's saying, which I think makes sense. I believe that makes perfect sense to me. If you can draw an adult man, like if you can draw an adult mannequin and then you can draw an adult over that mannequin, or you get to that level of skill, you can draw a child, in the sense that, yeah, the child will have fuller cheeks, bigger eyes, some proportions will be different, right? In terms of, and they'll be smaller. But now you've gotten the base shapes down, right? You've understood what the head, the shoulders, the shoulder girdle, the pivots, all that stuff, right? The next step is just, okay, well, how does the skin lay differently on a child, right? The gesture behind their movement, their expressions. Those are all things that come along, and that's more advanced. But the point is, if you have the base, you can transfer it readily to other things. But let's just make this, yeah, we can just literally just make this entire thing. We'll just call this section 1. This can be section 2. Oh, fuck. Section 2. And then this right here can be section 3, which will probably be the hardest section, because this actually needs to figure out the shape involved here. So yeah, let's just do section 1, section 2, section 3. And now that I've divided up into these 3 sections, I actually think bikes or scooters were a great way to challenge me. I'm gonna stay here for a while, but I'm probably gonna intersperse it with other things as well. Depends on how it goes. But now that we've done that, around 40 minutes, 35 minutes left, I believe. Let's practice making this more believable. Right, so what did Mr. S do here? Well, they transferred it pretty fucking decently. I had all the lines, but I guess for me, I need to figure out what was done. Okay, so this is, let's start with each individual shape. Right, so this is, let's say if we have a box in this perspective, this is kind of going in like this. Right? Wait, no, it's like, that. Like this. Right? Done. That's basically what happened there. To this. But let's break it down into the perspective. Again, I want to take my time and really, really try to understand the shapes that I'm looking at now. I'm okay with taking my time for this. If I spend a month on this, I spend a month on this. If Crazy Scooters has a million parts, it has a million parts. But, so this is the perspective. No, wait, fuck, it's like this. Yeah, it's like that. I'm actually confused. Did I fuck myself up? That's not it. Okay, well let's draw it again here. Let's just do a normal box first. Yeah, a movie like Shivaji is just good for to think about and be like, oh my god, it's a feel-good movie, but at the same time, ain't no way our shit's becoming part of the fucking G20 in a matter of 5 years or some shit, bro. Population is too large. We have so many issues. The country has so many fucking issues. Okay. So this is basically, it's like that. Right, but it's going in. So it's like, if we do something like it's halfway, it's going inwards. Right, like that. So it's That's what's happening. So that's the ratios I need to keep in mind. Something like that. And then this individual has also added the handlebars and the mirrors. Right, so what they've done is something like this. Let's see, something like... Okay, well, I guess that's the base shape, and then we gotta modify it now, so it's like this. Because really, this is literally all it is. It's just this from the side, right? That's all it is. That's what you see from the side. Now, obviously, there's something like this. That's kind of what it ended up becoming. That's more than that as well. So we go from that to something like that, right? And then it's kind of in the middle, like so. It's cut off, but it is what it is. Yeah, and then it's funny. The shape. Okay, I see what they did. Basically, just brought it in. So it ends up becoming something like this. See? So I guess let me do that from a different perspective. I guess let me do that from this way. So it's something like it's like that. Let's go down. It's like that. Let's go down like that, maybe. Well, this is just this shape, so this is the dashboard or whatever, right? And something like that is what it is. Well, that's way too wide. Should have made it a bit narrow, but it's something like this, right? That the top end of the shape is just this. If you think about it, it's just this. Tapers inwards, right? We're just modifying it a little bit. Then it tapers inwards again. So something like this. Oh, but then it also comes out, so it's literally like, it's like this. And then we have something like that. Like that, maybe? Yeah, and then this comes down like so. But then they modified it a bit more. So maybe instead of this is actually so fun. Holy shit, this is so fucking fun. So instead of, let's do it from here. So maybe so this. Right? It's down, so maybe it's shaved inwards, like so. So it's already bending down. I guess we could go this way actually. So it's coming down like that. There you go. Yeah, just keep the perspective in mind. Come down. That. Right? And then, how did they just, and then it's let me see. And then it's tapering inwards. So it's, how did Mr. S do this? It's tapering inwards, but, oh, well, I see now, okay. So it's tapering, so we got this. Right, put that down there. It's tapering, so this would be like that, it's tapering. Words like so, but then how does that result into this? Just like that. Something like that, like it's going down. Then how would the fucking perspective look? Wouldn't it be just... fuck, something like that? That doesn't look right to me. That looks completely fucked up. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see what the angling is like. So it's a shape that's like this. Let me look at the thing as well. It's like that, and then it goes down again. Right? Before tapering back up like so. Coming like this, I guess. Right? I guess. Something like that is the shape. I mean, I guess I gotta make it my way as well. I can't keep going off of your boy S. I mean, let's just look at his example one more time. So he did something like this, like that. And then he went down and made it come around like this. And then he did this. Okay, bye. Ma, I'm recording, okay? Please. Okay, bye. Wait. Nee, van utan poriya, vandi utan poriya. Okay. Okay, I fucked this up completely. Let's just cross this out. Let's take a mental break. Because I do want to figure out this shape. Yeah. Maybe I don't want to rely on their design too much as well. Again, great artists steal, whatever, but I think great artists also try to interpret the shape to their own understanding as well. Although this person's understanding is so good, I wonder if it's incorrect to not look at their example as well. But okay, I have 23 minutes, so decent amount of time. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Yeah, so it's like it's tapering. I'm trying to think. How is it tapering? I'm not gonna look at their example. I'm gonna look here. It's coming down. Okay. So it's sort of like this instead, where it's right, and then let's just say if this is our so. Okay, what's happening here? What is the shape? We just try it out. It's like this. Just that. So that. Then seems right to me. So now it comes down like that. How did this person do it? I do want to get the shape down. Actually, why don't we break this down even further? So what is happening here? Isn't it just this? It's like that, right? Okay, and then the other, what's the other shape? Just this. And then we have, I guess, a handlebar here. Something like that. Interesting, interesting. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore what this person did and let's try making it my own now. But they understand it so well! But how did they break it down? Is the question. The shadows they use are also fucking with me. Okay, I think there's a lot going on with this shape, but the more I can do it, the better it will be for me. So, okay, if we went from this to this, right? So let's do from this, just that, and it's being set inwards like so, right? And then just let's something like this. There's a point as well. There you go. So it kind of goes inwards like that. Like that. Put this in. Okay. So what's happening now? Well, let's see. So is it like this? Is that the shape? No, there's a lot more going on. Okay, you know what? I struggled. Now let's draw the underlying box and do that again. Because I got this now. I got the part where it goes in the middle. This is a good practice. This is going to help a lot. You may have noticed that I'm using a lot more positive language. Because I realize even though I joke around and say this is shit, that is shit, that actually still reinforces to your mind negativity, right? You don't end up feeling as good about your art. So maybe it's actually something like this. Something like this, right? Instead of coming down like so, it's actually going outwards a bit. Still looking at what this person did, because I do think it's helpful. There's a lot of cutouts happening, that's what's happening. A lot of subtractions. I'm thinking, so what would that be? Because let's just say this is where, maybe this is where I want it to, like that. And this is where it's like this, so. this, and then it's going in the middle. Okay, let's just try it out. Oh, headache, headache, headache. This is good though. This is really good. I'm glad I'm. Let's try to think. So how does that work? Because if I do. It's supposed to be something like this, actually. Oh, but that's not how it is. It's going inwards, so this is actually something. Let's see how it looks. Right, and then there's a. It's just going into this. Something like that. Is it bending outwards? Man, this is so difficult. Okay. So it's a very, very manipulated shape. I honestly might be limiting myself just to the way he's done it. So let me look at the shape itself again. Look at the reference. Yeah, you see, it's a bit different. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna ignore this. This is actually what the shape is from the back. I think if I draw the shape from the back, it would make things easier. Yeah, I'm gonna spend time really getting this shape down. So once I can get this down, or maybe this is this just too above my skill level, perhaps? Maybe. It's more jutting upwards, right? So it's more like this. Yeah, okay. So it's more like this. Right? And then perhaps the front is what's. Yeah, no, the front is just like that. And you go this way, so this is just. That, right? Just like that. And then the back tapers inwards, I guess. Oh no, I'm doing this wrong as well. Let's just cross this out. There's a lot of mistakes happening, which is good. Okay. You know what? I think I'm actually confusing myself more than anything. I keep looking at this example from the person who helped me out. And yeah, this ended up being pretty decent, but now trying to break the shape down into something more is what's messing with me. So how do I want to break it down? Let's ignore what this fucking guy did. How do I want to break it down? Let's see. I want to... How do they do it? What does it look like from the back? Okay. So I guess that's the confusing thing about this bike. From the back, the shape looks pretty different from the front. So, hmm. See, this is the type of shit my friends want me to edit away. The thinking, the struggling. You know, they just want it to be a fucking jerk fest over me just being good and improving overall. But look at that, it's already been an hour and I've struggled so much. But you know what? Let me try breaking it down. So I actually think the way this is showcased makes the perspective look more fucky than it actually is. Because the thing is, from the front, like here, right, this angle, it looks like it's going down. But from the back, it looks like it's going up. That's actually what's tripping me out. Because it is going up. But it actually isn't going up, is it? Okay. So it's from the back, it's like this. It's leaning outward. So if this is the box, I believe what's happening is it's leaning outward slightly like that. It's like this. And then like that. Right? Like that. It's slightly leaning outwards. Then from the front, same box, I guess, right? That means it's actually, because it's leaning outwards, there you go. It looks more like this. Oh, I see. I see what's happening with that fucking shape. So, actually, wow, even this man got it wrong. Haha, I win, suck my dick. So even this guy got it wrong. God, fucking zoom in. Or did he? Well, it looks like he may have gotten it wrong. And that's all matters to me. That's all that matters to me. Okay, so this is what's happening, right? We have the, at least this is what I believe is happening. We have the plane, right? That's the front, and then let's just say this is the back. Okay. And this is just me trying to explain it to myself. So from the front, it looks like it's going inwards, but actually it's going outwards slightly and above. So that's why it looks like this, right? Because it's actually going above. It's going outwards and above. And then from the back, it is also going outwards and above, right? So same thing, you just flip it over, then it's just outwards and above. Right? That's why it looks like it's jutting up. I think that's what it is. So if I were to draw the shape again, it would be something like that. There you go. And let me look at it again, ignore everything else. So just say we have something like this, right? Okay, that's the box. I'm trying to envision that box. And then like that. So what does that entail? That entails just me following this. And then something like that. There you go. Same thing. Right. Like this. That. Go down. So it's also like, there you go. I think that's the front shape. Right? Right? Yeah. And then you just got something like that. It's not perfect, to be honest. In fact, if I were to draw it from the top, it would be something like this. Then middle, and again It's just that, something like that, right? But again, if I were to do it three-dimensionally, something like fuck, something like this, I guess. I think the cutouts are actually making it more annoying, so let's just do something like this, where it's, let's see, something like this. There you go. Then I come down like so. Something like that. What does that look on the back side of things? Damn, this shape is really intense, actually. Is there any way for me to simplify it further? But to go from this to this is very difficult. Let's keep thinking. But it's already been almost an hour. Jesus Christ. Ooh, but this is good. I'm gonna keep trying. Let's see. Let's try to break this shape down again. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's this, something like that. And then it's this, and then it goes inwards. Just like that. Just like that. So what does that mean from this angle? It's like this, this. Okay, so what does that mean though? That. And then this comes in and like that. Let me try drawing it exactly how actually Mr. S has drawn it. Literally just copy the fucker. So he did this, try to really think about the shapes that he that. Then he did something like this, brought the shape. He centering it, brought down, then he brought it over here and he's bringing it inwards. But then he did this. I don't know, like, is it like that? So he's got this shape over here that he sort of just, I don't know where he got that from. And then he's got a shadow shape over here. And then he's got this line. He's got this line. And he's got this line. So what the fuck did this guy do? Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, okay, and then he got the fucking the handlebars. He just did that. And then, yeah, we got that. What did he do here? That actually doesn't make any sense to me. What kind of fucking concoction he made? Makes zero fucking sense. I want to end the session. At least I want to understand what the fuck is going on with these shapes. So let me look at the reference again. Okay, we've gotten this far. So we've gotten from doing this, right, really just simplifying it. Right, we've gotten to this. Right, this is the first simplification. Right? So where do we go from that? How maybe I should stop looking at how he did it. Just look at how I did it. Right? Then we can go from it's more like this. Right? To again on there, but now we have so maybe it's all the way down. It's like this. Right? So it's well, yeah, actually, no, this is the fucking box. Actually, I think the biggest thing is I'm not keeping the perspective in mind. So that's the box. So shaping inwards. It's going down as well. So I guess it continues to go down. It's slightly in. So it's like this and this. Like that. So here. This will slightly go back. Something like that. That doesn't seem right to me. Difficult. Until now, it's already been an hour and 2 minutes, but I don't want to let this go. I really want to figure this out. Okay, maybe I can break it into two shapes. So we have, let's just do this again. So this is our box. So it's coming out like that, like this. This can be my first shape, right? Okay, yeah, we can make this my first shape. Cool. And then what is this? This little edge. This is just that. This is just going down again. No, that's not the shape. What'd this fucker do? Maybe it's something like this, where, okay, it's just shaved off. Like that? Is that it? It's just this? But then how would that create that shape? Because how would that make this? So maybe it's more like this. Because then that would create, then again, what is this? This is just this. So on the side, that would literally just look like this. I might have to come back to this. It's already been an hour, and I have a good headache coming, which is good. My brain's gonna do its best to recall and remember this. I need to keep analyzing and somehow breaking it down. Maybe I might be too stuck up on the way this Mr. S did it. Yeah, I need to look at the actual reference and figure it out my own way, which is what I'm gonna do next session. Well, this was good. At least I'm getting a decent idea of the shapes and how it works down. And I think this was really beneficial. Like this was definitely very beneficial. It was a good session overall. I mean, my brain hurt, which is the most important thing. My brain was definitely hurting, and as you can see from all the fuck ups, which my friends think isn't important, but I'm not butthurt. Yeah, I mean, great fucking drawing session. To be honest, I'm gonna keep doing this. I think having a extremely cool proper mannequin of this, and then being able to go off of that, if I can train my brain to really make complicated shapes from this and spend a long time on it, I think that will, I've said this probably before, but that will really pay in dividends and transfer over to other complicated shapes I'd want to make, because I'd have a frame of reference on how to approach it in my mind. So yeah, on that note, as always, keep drawing and please give me money.